7:03 on Friday, August 23rd, 61 in Washington, 50s elsewhere again this morning. We are going up to the mid-80s today. Good morning, I'm John Aaron.
And I'm Kyle Cooper. The top local stories we're following for you this hour on WTOP. Could something more have been done? That's a question some in Manassas Park are struggling with after a missing woman's husband was arrested and charged in connection with her disappearance. The story now from WTOP's Nick Iannelli.
Those who know Mamta Kafle Bhatt have a lot of different emotions following the news from police that her husband, Naresh Bhatt, has been arrested and charged with prohibition against concealment of a dead body, meaning he's accused of not cooperating with police in finding a body in the investigation.
It is a shock.
Holly Worth has been helping the family search for the missing woman. She says Bhatt had posted on social media asking how to navigate a divorce.
I think a lot of us failed Mamta. We weren't able to keep her safe when we needed to. And there were red flags all over the place. Allegations of abuse.
The community has been tirelessly searching for Bhatt since she went missing on July 31st. In Manassas Park, Nick Iannelli, WTOP News.
The so-called shopping cart killer suspect charged with killing 2 women in Harrisonburg and suspected but not charged with 3 killings in Fairfax and D.C. will not use an insanity defense when he goes on trial next month. WTOP's Neil Augenstein has the exclusive details.
The long-awaited psychiatric evaluation showed shopping cart killer suspect Anthony Eugene Robinson was not criminally insane when police and prosecutors say that he killed and disposed of the bodies of 2 women in Harrisonburg that he met on dating apps in 2021. Robinson's lawyer tells WTOP the evaluation was, quote, not helpful as he considered an insanity defense. In motions filed this week, the defense is asking the judge to forbid prosecutors or witnesses from using the nickname shopping cart killer or serial killer. Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
And we've made several requests for comment from Fairfax County Police. We'll let you know when they respond.
Montgomery County is moving forward with a plan to spend $2 million and install vape detectors in all high schools. But as WTOP's Kate Ryan reports, there are still a lot of questions like what happens when one of those detectors goes off.
Dana Edwards, chief of district operations for the school system, referenced a pilot program that installed detectors in 5 schools in 2023.
The part that we will take from that pilot are the best practices in terms of to be able to move forward.
Kennedy High School parent Ricky Ribeiro, president of the PTSA at that school, was not impressed.
If you did a pilot, what did you learn? What worked and what didn't work? And why wasn't that shared with the community before we go ahead and invest $2 million to install them?
There's currently no timeline for the installation of the devices, and the $2 million would come from a settlement that MCPS got from Juul, the e-cigarette maker. Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
And throughout this month and next, WTOP will share stories to help your children get ready to go back to the classroom. Make sure you go to WTOP.com and get your children ready.
Rock Creek Parkway was never supposed to be a major part of the morning commute, yet a lot of people use it, and it is not always safe. WTOP's Scott Gelman reports the National Park Service is now exploring the idea of removing the reversible lanes along the roadway.
One reason for that is making the changes requires the time of U.S. Park police officers and is putting them in vulnerable positions on the road. That's according to an 81-page National Park Service report.
We have the responsibility of putting the one-way traffic pattern into effect and take it out of effect.
Thomas Twiname with U.S. Park Police.
Some of the earliest examples of when we've seen the traffic change spoken about dates back to 1938.
The report says the parkway could be hard for drivers to navigate and that the reversible lanes don't conform to federal traffic standards. Over 7,000 cars drive here during the morning and afternoon reversible periods. Any changes won't happen quickly, though. The Park Service tells WTOP it's in the early stages of reviewing possible safety upgrades in several parts of the parkway. In Northwest D.C., Scott Gelman, WTOP News.
Coming up in Money News.
Nobody wants to be micromanaged. Well, almost nobody. I'm Jeff Clable.
Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.